Hey, I'm John. Welcome to Edgetone Studios. Today I'm basically reflecting on the fact that it's been just over a year since I got diagnosed with Parkinson's, and it's been a literal year to today since I posted the video talking about the fact that I had just been diagnosed with Parkinson's. And that video kind of blew up on my YouTube channel in the small sense of blowing up. I had something like 25,000 views in the month, which is ridiculous because I'd done maybe 8 videos before that and maybe had 40, 50, 60, 70 views on some of those videos. But I think it was a little bit of a clickbaity thing because I called it some brutal news, and maybe people wanted to see what that was. But it resonated with people. People responded to me, were very kind, sent a lot of sympathy. And I appreciated it, and it kind of launched my channel. It got people watching me more, and I realized that, I'm not just going to be doing audio in my studio with occasional YouTube content. I'm going to do more of that. So having been a year, a lot has happened in that year. I mean, we finished our album, we finished mastering it, we're getting ready for release, and that's still an ongoing process. I did my console project. I bought this old vintage console and updated it. I continued to do stuff around the house, stuff with my gaming friends. Life just continued. But it's not that I'm not affected by this. Anybody who has Parkinson's, and I'm still assuming this is Parkinson's because there was some slight debate that it may be another neurological condition presenting as Parkinson's. But anybody who has Parkinson's will tell you, if this is what Parkinson's feels like, there isn't a day that goes by that you aren't feeling it in your body. And really, there aren't even an hour in a day that goes by without feeling it in your body. And I thought it'd be interesting to talk a little bit about what this presents like or what it feels like. It might be different for different types of having Parkinson's come on. But for me, what happened was I went from 100% functional, not noticing anything weird other than, hey, I'm getting old, I'm a little bit more achy these days, to my shoulder sore, to my arm is not moving well, to, oh my God, I'm feeling this pulling in my arm, a pulling in my hand, to, oh, this is going down through my back and I can feel it in my leg now. And am I feeling it on my other side? This strange sort of almost like a swelling, like when you overwork your muscles and they're a little bit swollen and tight. And that was the initial feeling. And eventually that led to this feeling where, besides the fact my arm wasn't swinging when I was walking, I'd be using my mouse and suddenly it would be hard to move in a certain direction, and I'd found coordinating it harder. And my foot started being affected more and more day to day. And interestingly, from the point in time that my arm got really bad, which was September 2022, to about February, pretty well every week it got worse. It was something new. I could feel more pulling, more pain. I had dizziness. I had pulling at the back of my head. It literally feels like that connection in the back of my brain. Sorry, I should talk this way. That connection in the back of my brain to my spinal cord, where my brain cells are literally dying. That's the problem. It literally felt like I could feel that, even though you can't feel inside your brain. It was really more the skin on the outside of my head, feeling a pulling sensation. As well, when I'd lie down to sleep, I could feel my heart beat. I could feel it like it was pulling across my muscles of my chest. I could feel it pulling up into my shoulder. I could feel the pounding in my head. Every night when I went to bed, I would lie down and I'd feel this tension in my arm, and I would just try to relax it as much as possible, knowing that feeling was there. And, I thought a lot about, especially a year ago when it was not just there's something happening to my brain that's maybe fixable, but no, you've got a neurological disease that is progressive and will only get worse. The things that went through my mind were really just this profound understanding that I can never go back from there. Could never have, I can never feel completely normal again. I wrote a song about it, haven't released it yet because I haven't, I just did a quick demo and have it at the point where it's something I want to work on and flesh out and make it sound a little bit better. But yeah, it was just that was the main, the physical strain on my body has been annoying. It's been frustrating, but it hasn't diminished my ability to get things done. But the mental effort that goes into dealing with this day to day is fairly high. So when I go for a walk, I describe it that 30 to 50% of my mental process is focused on trying to make my body move properly. Just trying to have a nice walk, relax my brain, get out, breathe. But part of me is like, oh, step, get the swing going in time, get things moving. Otherwise, I'm kind of stuttery and jittery, and like I can really feel it now today. There's a bit of a shake as I move right there. So, that's Parkinson's. It's a degenerative disease of your brain where your brain cells in your substantia nigra slowly die over a period of time. And as they die, that part of your brain that controls your nervous system can no longer send the right dopamine signals to your muscles to tell them to relax properly. And I think it's primarily the relax properly. They tense and then they don't untense. So you go to move one way and the muscles that are supposed to untense while you move in that direction stay tense and pull back against that movement. And so that presents itself as difficulty coordinating your muscle movements. So, when I hit February, I was at the point where I was already on levodopa for the Parkinson's. I'd been getting progressively worse week by week. I could feel more of my body being affected. I was trying to exercise regularly. I'd taken up swimming, then gone back into running, was doing a bit of weightlifting. I was practicing drums almost daily, even though I'm not a drummer. I guess I'm a half drummer now. And then things started to stabilize. I'd gotten to a point where I was taking 6 pills a day when I was only prescribed 3, because it would just feel so awful. I'd have to take more. And then it started to stabilize. I was trying to stay with 3 pills a day. I finally landed on 4. Come the late spring, I had my follow-up appointment 2 appointments where I met my primary neurologist, who said we're just going to hold off on any more testing till the Parkinson's specialist saw me. The Parkinson's specialist basically spent 50 minutes and said, yeah, you got Parkinson's. There was nothing more to it than that. And now I haven't seen him again and won't be seeing him again until the end of the month. So it'll be 6 months. And probably every 6 months I'll go and have 15-minute conversation. He'll probably ask me a few things, test my reactions, and say, yeah, your medication's fine, or you get more medication. But literally his comment when I finished the appointment with him the first day was, yeah, you've got Parkinson's, just go live your life. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna help you or work to fix things. It's like, no, you're suffering with a neurological condition that you're stuck with. And I was already aware of that, and I think he could very well sense that I was comfortable with the diagnosis, but not happy about it, but not scared or frustrated in the sense of wanting something more done. But I found it kind of funny that the answer was kind of just go live your life. You've got this thing. So that's where I sit today. As the summer went by and into the fall, and people that I know would ask me, how are you feeling? How are you doing? My typical answer will be kind of the same. And if they ask me, are you getting worse? It's like, I probably am. 2 things have happened that I thought about a year ago that I really didn't want to happen. One is I've become comfortable with it. I've gotten used to it. I've gotten used to the feelings that I have all the time. When they get more severe, I feel them more severely, and then I'm not used to them. But just waking up and feeling the slight discomfort that goes with it, taking my morning pill, feeling the effects of that pill hit my brain within 10 minutes. I can feel this tingling thing going on. Something's happening up there. The levodopa, it's weird because when I went off it for a while to see what the effects would be like, it's like I felt better not being on it. but I definitely had less control over my muscles. But my body felt like it was moving more freely. So it was kind of like, oh, this helps me move better being off of it, but being on it helps me move properly, if that makes any sense. So like if I wanted to move my arm and I wasn't on levodopa, my arm would move, but it would go as it moved. And if I was on the levodopa, I want to move my arm, it kind of feels like it's resisting it, but it moves smoothly. So that seems to be the trade-off between the drugs. And the long-term effects of the drugs is they cause my hands to shake and my legs to shake and my head to shake or whatever. Anyone you've seen with traditional sort of signs of Parkinson's where they're very shaky, that's tends to be the main effect. The other one that can happen, of course, is that you could end up with frozen muscle syndrome, which is where you go to move your muscle and it won't move. And that's where you can run into problems where you might trip and fall, or you might not be able to drive a car, or all sorts of things. So none of those things have happened for me yet. I feel like I'm kind of rambling on a bit, but that's where I'm at. That's where I am at a year later. Mentally, I'm a stubborn-ass individual. You saw what I did with that console. I continued on with it. I have this neurological disorder that will affect me for the rest of my life, and my plan is to keep being me and doing my own stuff the way I want to do until I can't. And when I can't, I'll do something I can do and continue on. And just that's what it'll be. I was really worried about not being able to play instruments anymore. I mean, obviously I built a frickin' studio on my house as my dream, lifelong dream, build this thing, and then I get hit with this disease. And the thought of, oh fuck, like now I have to not be able to do this anymore. Well, so far I can still do it, so I will continue doing it. I did say in the summer I wasn't going to do any more updates. A few people said, no, please keep us up to date. So that's one of the reasons I thought I would come on today and say, hey, a year's gone by. It's been a year since I did this. I really want to say how much I appreciate all you people out there who literally I don't know that reach out to me and say nice things about my videos or give me support in terms of just so many people have been, people have literally called me on the phone to say what a wonderful thing that you shared your vulnerability with people, and that men don't do this, and it's nice to see and be an example. And that was never my intention. My intention was just to do something for myself, but I'm happy that if it's helped people, if there's anyone else out there who finds this video because of Parkinson's as opposed to because they follow my audio channel, hopefully it can give you some sort of thoughts on how to proceed, how to mentally approach it, to have the attitude that this is a completely survivable thing. It sucks. You're not going to want it, but you have to accept it. And once you can accept it, you can then sort of move through it. You can't move past it because it's always there, but you can move through it and continue on. And that's where I sit today. And I keep waiting for the day where a couple days go by and I hadn't thought about Parkinson's once. But in 365 days to today, plus the 4 more days since my diagnosis, there hasn't been a single day where I haven't, either when going to sleep, when waking up, or sometime during the day, thought about what is this meaning for me, and having to write a script in my brain to say, it means you've got this, continue on, fight against it, do the best you can. And of course, last thing is I really should be doing a whole bunch of physical rehabilitation exercises to make myself as strong as possible. And like most people, I'm not, because that's not the thing you want to do. I want to be fiddling around with audio gear, not punching a punching bag so that my arm moves better. But I will probably get there. I still go out and do my daily walks. I do yard work for physical activity. I lift giant consoles into the studio for physical activity. So I'm still keeping active. I plan to keep doing that. I've got family and support around me. I've got tons of great friends, and I've got you as an online community supporting me, which is wonderful. So that's my, I don't know how long I've rambled, 20-minute rambling update about where I'm at with my Parkinson's diagnosis. And, maybe I'll do an annual thing on this. I'm sure it'll come up while I'm doing stuff on the channel. But really, I want to make other types of videos. It's just that this is a very reflective time for me, and so I thought this would be the thing I'd do today. So thanks for watching, and thanks for listening all the way through, if you are hearing me right at the end here. And I'll see you in the next video. That'll be on something more electronic, synth, gear, audio related, and not mental health disease related. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.